Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to plasma cut and fabricate a custom towel holder. I've been doing a lot of custom stainless steel jobs here at the shop, but I can't really show or document them. So it's fun to do something that's totally unrelated. And in this case here, I decided to make a custom towel holder that will go in back of the door for my son that's popping out in a couple months. His name will be Simon, as you see up here. And this includes the three major activities that all children do when they're born. They eat, sleep, and poop. Now this is 10 gauge, which is roughly 2.7 millimeters or 7/64 inch. So it's definitely a nice thickness. And as you can see, it's dead flat. If I was going to make this out of wood, it would have to be tremendously thicker because otherwise it would start to warp on you. But something nice about metal is that it's incredibly strong with a really thinness by comparison to basically any other material. As for weight, this weighs maybe about 4 or 5 pounds. So it's definitely solid, and it's going to be something that's going to be easily passed on generation to generation. Now there were a couple of challenges with this design. The first one was the font itself. I didn't notice that the font, the stencil font that I used for this sign actually isn't a true stencil font because all the inside of the E's were lost during the process. Now this is something I just left it like this because it's a reminder to myself to, along with a lot of other things to check, make sure the font stencil you use actually is a font stencil for all of the vowels and the letters. Now another challenge with this here is how am I going to have it against the door? Typically what I do for my own signage is I just use the inside parts of the stencil as, you know, just as screw holes to hold stuff, as you can sort of see behind me here. In this case here I wanted something a little bit more polished. So with the plasma cutter I also made the two holes that I'll use to screw this to the back of the door. Now the other challenge with this were these bends. Now this is 10 gauge steel, it's incredibly strong. I just keep getting astonished by how strong really thin metal actually is. And so my solution to that was pretty straightforward. I just thought, you know, I'll just make little holes the same diameter as I have here in the bottom section here and here. So then bending it would be really easy. What I didn't account for is that basically I don't have a torch here right now. It ran out of gas, and going to the hardware store when everything's closed is a lot of trouble, to say the least. So I said, well, you know, I'll just fix it myself. I'll just use pliers and leverage to bend them. Now the problem with that is that when you're bending cold steel, it likes to crack and break on you. And that is exactly what happened on this guy here. So after I finished up bending all of these, this one cracked, and then I had to go get out the welder and weld this little piece back to it. Now I'm definitely not a professional welder, as you can see here, but don't worry, I don't build bridges in my spare time, so everybody's safe. I have a lot of different painting options here in the shop, from powder coating to enamel paint. And originally when I was making this, I thought, okay, I'll just paint it blue. But then after I got rid of all the dross, there's just a little bit of dross along the edges, which just comes right off with the angle grinder. I really like the look of it. I really like the way it looked and felt and everything. So what I decided to do instead was actually just put a clear coat over it. Normally with mild steel, what you want to do is, your reason why you're using mild steel is because it does rust, so you got to paint it and cover it with some nice color. But a nice clear coat actually comes out really nice. You sort of have the advantages of stainless steel with a nice dark gray color, and you know it's metal just by looking at it basically. And all the edges are nice and ground up. So if you're looking for custom metal signage, any size, any color, any shape, contact me at CNCKing.com and I'll make it for you.